KT, I'm going to change course a little bit. Let's just talk about when you heard the news of Jalen Sherrod signing the rest of her season contract. How excited were you for her? And, tonight at the end of the game, things got a little bit chippy. She did get her first WNBA technical. She said you owed her some assists. If there is a fine for her, will you take care of that fine?
Well, let's go back to, first of all, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, definitely. I always tell her to keep her head up, wait for her opportunity. When God closes one door, God's always going to bless you in a different way. We don't know how, but he will. And I think this is a way of God showing her path through the WNBA. So I'm so happy for her. And, with the assist, she ain't talked to me about that. Now, I will go back and tell her, you do have that NIL money that you have. So you ain't that broke, baby.
Take a few more.
Points in the paint tonight. It was 48 to 26, 46 to 28. And it felt like Connecticut was really dictating what you guys were doing offensively. They were really crashing down inside and a lot of outside shots. What do you think of just the general the way that you guys attacked that defense tonight?
Well, first of all, kudos to Connecticut coming out and playing. They had a back-to-back, and they played like they didn't, and I think we kind of played like we had a back-to-back. Our defense was kind of all over the place, and I think I always take ownership of myself, and I wasn't really the spark that we needed tonight on the defensive side, and I take ownership on that side. We just didn't click, and when it gets hard, normally we kind of lock in, but for some reason today we didn't. It's just a learning. I'm glad we went through this. It's just one game. Now we have to regroup, and we have a tough road games coming up. So
Sabrina made a promise post-game that you all weren't going to lose like this again. So I guess how would you describe the way that you all lost, and I guess how are you going to remember this and how it felt, and not to try to lose in that way? You may lose a game, but not in this way.
Yeah, you're going to lose some games, and even when you do play great, you're going to lose. But the way we lost, we kind of gave them that. I think everything was on us. We didn't really, like I said, didn't know what we was doing on defense, communication. Our offense wasn't really clicking and stuff like that. But, it's okay. We're going to learn from it. We're going to bounce back from it, like, Sabrina said, and, move forward.
Also, B is scheduled to return probably on Monday against the Mercury. I guess just how... Oh, no. That was KB over there, of course. Well, you know what? Why don't I ask you about KB? Because she fired a rocket of a pass to Stewie. She was cutting to the basket. I guess just... We don't always talk about KB's passing. We talk about her hands. We talk about, hustle plays she makes. I guess, when did you realize that she is also a really great passer?
Yeah, that's just another attribute to her game. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that you probably don't know about a lot of people, and it just comes within the game. So, that's what she does.
And I guess going back to Benijah, scheduled to come back, I guess, how much of an opportune time is this for you guys to get her back?
It's good now that we have everybody. Now we kind of have to now get the chemistry back, get the flow of things and stuff like that. So we have to work that into play, and Sabrina too being out and stuff like that. So it's good to have the whole team back. Now we have to find ourselves and now keep pushing now.
From a defensive perspective, how much of a different team does Connecticut become with Marina Mabry in the lineup?
Yeah, she's a three-point shooter, so there's no more sagging off and helping others. We have to respect her, and also DB. So she does bring a difference to them on the outside. So we have to adjust to that.
Stewie told us a few minutes ago that you were able to kind of feel yourself slipping a little bit against Dallas, and it carried over into this game. Just wondering how you flip that switch again to kind of rebound from this little stretch here.
Yeah, we have to find ourselves. I think, like I said, I'll talk about myself. We weren't there. We weren't locked in, especially defensively. I think that's one of our keys. I think that's what has helped us have this long stretch of wins was our unity on defense and, you know, playing together. You know, when somebody's down or somebody gets beat, we always had that secondary help, and I don't think we had that today. Like I said, that comes from myself, not bringing the energy that I'm supposed to on defense and carrying that.
AKT. So a lot of talk about missed threes, selling for threes throughout the course of a game. Obviously, it's easy to kind of make that, come to that realization after a game or watching film or listening to what coaches, media members have to say. How do you kind of make that realization kind of throughout the course of a game, make those adjustments, and come back and try to win a game with you guys being in striking distance?
But sorry.
3-point shooting.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm stutter.
No. Sorry, it was B.
No.
I mean, with that, you know, we're gonna miss some shots and stuff like that. I think we just have to find other ways to get going. There's so much in basketball that you can do. So when your shot's not working, you can, you know, get offensive rebounds, get steals and stuff like that. So I think we just have to work on that. But we just had an off night. I mean, not a big deal. We just want to bounce back and, you know, keep it moving.
I will finish with Brian.
Hi, Cameron.
On the night, you guys had 32 3-pointers, and Connecticut also really sort of made the paint difficult for you guys. How do you sort of strike the balance between finding those paint shots while also not relying too much on 3-pointers?
That's a good question. I think just within our offense, like I said, today our offense wasn't clicking today. We really couldn't find a rhythm. Normally when we do find rhythm, we get inside shots, which then leads to our outside. And I don't think we did that. You know, JJ was, you know, she was handling her business, but it was kind of tough for her down there. But there was, you know, a lot of paint touches because we wasn't hitting shots. So I think once that opens up, once we start knocking down shots, then it kind of opens up everything else.